Hello, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reviewing some of my old charms, and I've remade them to see how I've improved. So let's get started. First, I have these pumpkins. So here's my very first one. As you can see, the glaze has just peeled off, and I drew the face on, and it just doesn't look that good. And then my new ones, and it doesn't stand up that well either. And then these are my new ones. So this time I painted the face on. My painting isn't that well still. And then I actually did indents, and I did not glaze these ones, so nothing's peeling off, but I think that's definitely a big improvement from this. So next I'm going to be showing you my pear. So here it is. Once again, the glaze is peeling off. The face doesn't even look like a face, and it has some very weird blush that isn't even or anything, and it doesn't stand, and it has just like a weird shape in general. So my new one I made, I did do it a different shade of green. This time it does stand up, and then it has a better glaze, and then it's very faint here, but you can see some blush on it. So there's some improvements. And this time I decided to do the face out of clay. So yeah. Next, I'm going to my cacti. So here is one of my older charms. It's a cacti. It is very, very sticky on the outside. I think I put a bunch of Mod Podge over it. So guys, just don't use Mod Podge because it's very, very sticky. And you can just kind of see the glaze dripping. There's paper on the bottom. And nothing's really that even. So there's that. And it's huge if you can't tell. And then here is my newer one. I did do a darker shade. I did better details. You might not be able to see, but I do have little details on the back. I do still have the heart and everything. So there it is. I think I've improved a lot. So there's that one. So next what we have here is what I think is a cupcake. It won't stand. As you can see, I drew the face with the pen and the colors bled together, and it's just a giant mess and is very small. And so then I made a new cupcake, which looks like this, which can stand. Has much neater frosting, but unfortunately I did not do a face on this one. So next, what I'm going to be reviewing is a cookie. And so I believe this was my very first charm right here. And the glaze is not done very well. And then I do have clay on the back to cover my eye pin, and it just doesn't look very neat in presentation. And then after that I had made this cookie, which still is not a very great improvement, and the face is not the happiest. And so after that I made this one. As you can see, I did some texture on it, and all of the chocolate chips, you can say, or candies, are about the same size, but I didn't do a face on this one. So I think that was a great improvement. So next up I have my peas in a pod charm, and for this it's just all peeling and breaking, and there's colors meshed together. See, there's like blue. So I think overall this one just has much better glazing, unlike this one, which is cracked. So next up I did a penguin, which just has been misshaped, badly glazed, and has colors mixed into it. It also won't even stand. So I remade it. It does stand. I used much more appealing colors, and I just think it looks much better. Also the glazing technique too. So I remember always used to hate doing flowers because the petals would never stick. So I managed to do this one, and then I remade it to make it look much fancier. This one, I wanted it to stand. It is much smaller, which I have improved on, and has much better glazing job. So I also learned a trick when doing this one. So please comment down below if you might want me to show you how to make this. So next, I just couldn't bear looking at this one, so I had to remake it. This is a gumball machine, believe it or not. The shapes just aren't very good, and it basically just speaks for itself. I remade it to look much smaller. It can stand. I used translucent clay for the middle and did much better on the shapes and sizes too. So this one I did 3 of. It's hot cocoa, my favorite. The face is too large for my taste, and the appearance just isn't too neat. I did remake it with a different style. I think one of the plus sides is that it has a straw, and the hot cocoa, I guess we can say, is completely flat on the top. This third one, my most recent, I did a video on it, looks more like the first one. It has a straw and marshmallows, so I'm just going to eliminate that one right there, and we can compare the top. So there's that. Next is a strawberry. I think I used a Sharpie for the face, so that's why the colors have bled. And the glaze is just peeled. There's no detail, a horrible shape. It basically speaks for itself. And here is the new one, which I think I paid much more attention to detail. The glazing has a much better job, but I didn't do a face on this one. So I think I improved a lot since then. This next one, to me, is very, very small. It's covered in glitter, but it does have faces. And then I remade it to look like this, which is bigger. I think I paid much more attention to detail for the leaves. And instead of doing the whole thing in glitter, I did glitter clay instead. This next one I did 3 of. This is one of my first. And, oh, it needs to focus here. So I think the smile is okay, I can say, but the shape isn't very good either. And then here I have remade it to look like this. It, I guess, has more detail, but is not glazed, unfortunately. Then this one has improved a lot. So like I was saying, it has much more vibrant colors and more attention to detail as well. So here's the 3 of them showing their tops. So I saved the worst for last. Can anyone guess what this is? It's a funny story, actually. I used to love making marshmallows. I probably have about 20 I've made previously. So this one's supposed to be burnt, and it just doesn't look that good. So I remade it with a better shape. It does stand. I tried to make it look like it had charcoal everywhere, and I think it's just looks much more better. If I weren't the one that made this, I wouldn't know what this is. So I think that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. Please comment down below if you have any recommendations for a charm you want me to make. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!